Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carmen and this is Holistic Healing with Holy Spirit. And so I have an awesome story to share with you all on today. And so this is what happened. I was a new mother and I was breastfeeding at the time. I was my first son, I breastfed him for 1 full year, and my second son, I breastfed him for 16 months. So both of them, I breastfed for a long time, and it was so rewarding. Breastfeeding is so healthy for the child and the mother, and I'll talk about that on another video, but I was breastfeeding. And so if you know anything about breastfeeding, whatever you put in your body can potentially end up in your milk. And so I was breastfeeding, but what happened is I got a yeast infection. Oh my God. And I had a yeast infection before. So I knew, all the horrible symptoms that come. I knew it was a yeast infection, but my husband and myself, we were concerned with, they sell over-the-counter medication at the store that you can use to kill the yeast infection. But we didn't even want to take the risk of that medication getting into my breast milk. We were that, just really protective over our baby. And so I didn't want to take any medication that could potentially get into the breast milk. And so, again, the Holy Spirit always to the rescue. So he led us, my husband and myself, to, this is what we use for the yeast infection. We mixed together yogurt and cinnamon, and I also took garlic. Okay, so let me just say this: a yeast infection is caused by an overgrowth of the bacteria Candida. And so what we did with that combination is the yogurt supplies you with your probiotics, which are good bacteria, and good bacteria fights against bad bacteria like Candida. And so the cinnamon also, we put that in the yogurt. And so the cinnamon is antibacterial. Yes, cinnamon kills bacteria. Isn't that wonderful? Cinnamon tastes good and it also kills bacteria. And so also the garlic is antibacterial. And so that also aided in killing this overgrowth of Candida. And so all I can say is that my yeast infection was completely healed naturally. Oh man, so awesome. That was the first time I had ever used a natural holistic remedies to heal a yeast infection. I was just so used to going to the store, paying all that money to purchase this over-the-counter medication to treat the yeast infection, but the Holy Spirit led us to use this natural remedy, and it worked beautifully. And I didn't have to feel uncomfortable about compromising my baby's breast milk and making sure that none of that would pass over to him. And so I just love the Holy Spirit so much, because when he began to give all of these remedies, it just changed and altered our lives. It really did. And, it really came from me seeking. Many times we just, we get sick or something happens and we're just used to, going to the store, getting over-the-counter medication, and we are not used to praying and seeking the Lord. But when myself and my husband, when we started saying, Lord, I want to be healed by you. I want you to help me, asking him for his guidance and his leading, that's when all of these natural holistic remedies started to come as we consulted the Holy Spirit and prayed. And so he tells us in John 16:13, he says, howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth, for he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. And so the Holy Spirit is God. He's omniscient. He knows everything. So whatever is going on in our bodies, he knows what's going on. He knows why it's going on, and he knows how to heal you of that. So I just encourage you all, seek the Lord, pray, and ask for his guidance, his wisdom. Sometimes he may heal you supernaturally. Sometimes he may lead you into a holistic natural remedy to heal your body. Doesn't matter. We just want to be healed. So yes, that is my story about being healed naturally from a yeast infection. So I hope that blessed you. Leave a comment about what you're going through. I would love to touch and agree with you. Please subscribe to my channel. Yes, and like and comment. And I just thank you all for joining me on today. I hope to see you all next time. Bye, everyone. Love you.